On this week's show, we look back at Solar Impulse 2's grand departure. We pay a visit to a conference about plastic waste. And we meet Stéphane Bern, who came to the Principality to talk about his TV show. The big news in the Principality was definitely the launch of Solar Impulse 2 to begin the first flight around the world in a solar-powered plane. Prince Albert II was at the Monaco Control Centre around 4 a.m. to give the team the go-ahead. I've got some good news for you. I'm giving you the go signal for Solar Impulse's takeoff. Have a good flight.
Bon vol. Merci.
André Borschberg headed for Oman before passing the controls over to Bertrand Piccard, who has set course for India. This flight around the world will be in several stages via China, the United States and Europe. In all, they will travel 35,000 kilometres. Monaco is particularly committed to this project as the control centre is in the Principality.
Je suis très heureux bien que le centre de communication et de contrôle ici à Monaco.
I'm very happy that the communications and control centre here in Monaco was able to follow things very closely, and I was very honoured to give them the go-ahead for the takeoff of this great adventure. I was happy to share a few words with André Borschberg and to see all the preparation that has gone into the project.
Échanger quelques mots avec André Borschberg et puis et de voir un peu tous ces préparatifs.
The aim of this challenge is to promote clean energy sources, and so far it has been a success as the plane has already beaten its first world record for the longest distance covered by a plane using only solar energy. Every second, 206 kilos of plastic waste are poured into the world's seas and oceans. The impact of this waste is considerable, which is why the Principality decided to bring together the principal decision makers of the Mediterranean for an international conference. The aim was to reduce the amount and the impact of plastic waste in the marine environment. During the event, several important announcements were made, including this one by Prince Albert II. As early as next year, the distribution of single-usage plastic bags will be banned. This ban will be preceded by a transition phase that will aim to increase awareness, encourage users, and provide support to various local establishments so that together we achieve this objective. The Sovereign Prince announced other key measures, such as compulsory recycled paper packaging for food products. A financial fund will also be created, as requested by the Sovereign Prince and François Hollande during his visit to the Principality in 2013. This Monegasque association will enable the improvement of protected marine areas in the Mediterranean. Stéphane Bern has always been a great lover of the Principality, and he recently came to Monaco to talk about what happens behind the scenes of his TV show Secret d'Histoire during a conference organised by the Prince Pierre Foundation. Passionate about the destiny of the greatest figures throughout time, Stéphane Bern is above all interested in history. Recently, the princely family, a family he is particularly interested in, was featured on his show.
I
don't like the idea of a fairy tale, but that's the image I had of Monaco when I was a child. And little by little, as I came more times, I discovered it was a country where people worked, a country that was welcoming, a country that had a fascinating history, a country where foreign residents are always welcome, where locals come to work and are happy to do so, and more importantly, I discovered this princely family that I find truly captivating because they make the whole world dream, but at the same time the family is down to earth and very accessible. He was talking to a full room, sharing his childhood passion. The man that describes himself as a glutton for history also talked about the reasons behind the success of his television show for over an hour. Secret d'Histoire draws an audience of over 3.5 million viewers. France managed to qualify by beating Germany, but Monaco didn't manage the same feat against Finland. Although there were some riveting high-level matches, the Monegasques were unable to beat the Finns, losing 2-3. Despite the many fans who were there to show their support, Niminum's experience was too much for the Principality's team. They must now try to keep their second place in Group 2 of the Europe-Africa zone by beating Morocco in July. Time to go. See you next week.